everybody in YouTube land. How the fuck are you, my man? I know it's a little silly, but what the hell? Why not? I'm in a silly mood today. Fuck it. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm high as fucking balls and I'm feeling good. No pain right now, so I'm feeling pretty fucking good. Ooh ah. So how the fuck is everyone out there today? You know, I've been doing a hell of a lot of research. And then this shit went down in New Orleans, or to put it in the way someone from Louisiana would say, New Orleans. And the Vegas thing happened. So I started digging into them. And I've been digging, 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 and I've been digging. And it's a deep fucking rabbit hole, let me tell you, and I'm still fucking digging. One thing that I found that's a little sketchy to me is while these events happened, it was right at the time when Trump was announcing everyone for his cabinet and their government positions and everything, and trying to let people know, hey, listen, the government's going to be better. We're downsizing, we're cutting shit, we're going to take away the fat, we're going to trim it all down to a centralized thing and make everything fucking smaller and give fucking cuts to the fucking regulations and all that. And yet, the Democrats were awfully silent, with the exception of Kamala, running around saying you got to keep, get ready to fight because the day after the work's got to get done. And she's been trying to get all kinds of money from her supporters. Hey, Quirty, one, I shit shower every fucking damn day. I don't shave because it's cold up here, and I want my face to be warm. It's fucking cold out. I live in upstate New York, and it's in the fucking 20s right now, so it's colder than a witch's asshole out here. Secondly, I ain't no fucking hippie. Never been, never fucking will be. Have I tried to live that hippie bohemian lifestyle? Oh, hell yeah. I did a lot of drugs when I was younger. I tried to fucking live it. It ain't for me. So, you don't need to be calling me a hippie. Uh, if you can't be polite and respectful on my channel, then I can ban you. Do I want to ban you? The answer is no. I don't like banning people. I've only banned one person off my channel, and that was my other channel. So on this one, I haven't banned anyone. However, if you cannot be respectful, I will ban you. I don't have a rainbow flag. I have an American flag, I have a U.S. Army flag, and a POW flag. All of which I fucking earned. How about you? You think I'm fucking joking? I need to fucking put the tag back on it. It fell out yesterday. But here's my fucking American flag. Right there. There's my U.S. Army flag. And there's my POW flag. So as far as I'm concerned, you can suck my cock. Everything on that American flag is there for a reason. I carried that flag with me when I was overseas. There's blood from me and friends on it. So no, I don't wash that fucking flag. I should technically, yes, because it has technically been soiled, so I should give it proper incineration. However, I will not because of the memories of my friends and my friend's blood that is on that flag. My blood that is on that flag. Well, I got that flag when I was in Bragg. I bought it at PX. My plan was to carry it with me through every battle I ever went through, and I did that. It was a reminder of my country and of people that I loved in my country and what I was really overseas fighting for. So, no, I won't. Because I don't need to. And Quody, if you can't be respectful, this is your second warning. If you cannot be respectful and polite, you will be banned. My channel's a lot like baseball. You get 3 strikes and then you're out. You understand? I don't have to show anyone anything, for one. For two, all my medals sit in the safety deposit box in Texas. The only time they will see the light of day is the day I die. No, questions are not impolite. However, the way that a question is framed and the context therein can be disrespectful. I like questions. Questions are good. Questioning everything is a very good thing. No, I never said a friend gave me that flag. I said friend's blood is on said flag. But no one gave it to me. I bought it. As I do with everything. I don't like people giving me shit. Now, my little brother gave me something that, to be honest, touched my heart very deeply because I did not think he remembered it. And that was the movie Beastmaster. He gave it to me on DVD. I turned him onto that movie when he was a kid, when he was like 3 or 4 years old, man. I didn't think that he remembered that I turned him on to it. And then this Christmas, lo and behold, even though I couldn't get him anything, which is it's kind of funny, this is how we operate. Normally I could get him something and he can't get me, and if I can't get him, he can get me. That's the way we operate. Christmases, birthdays, it's always been like that with me and him. It's fucking weird. But it's cool too. I love it. But he got me Beastmaster, and as much as I tried to hide it, he knew that he'd gotten me a great fucking gift because it touched my heart. Really? You live in Cobleskill too, huh? Well, maybe we should meet up sometime and talk. Maybe do a live together, you know? I'd be down with that. A little confab on a live. I'd be down, Butler, if you're into it. If you're down with it, I'd definitely be down with it. And I doubt if you see me frequently. I don't really leave my house too often unless I got to go shopping for drinks or smokes. Because, well, I try to keep myself situated that way. So it is what it is, so you know. But if we do see each other frequently, all right, that's cool. Anytime you want to see, if you see me walking around, you want to say hi. If you want to get on a video, I'll do a video with you and throw it up on the channel. I'm very much an easy person like that. I have been getting recognized left and right by people, partly because, well, in 2016, I ran for president. In 2024, I ran for president. Obviously, I did not win, but I still ran. You know, I still ran, and hopefully I got the information I wanted out to get to people to them, and they were able to make a wise decision. So who knows if that helps? But I like to think it does. So, and if you live in Cobleskill, Butler, you know it is cold outside. That's why you see the facial stubble. In the summer and spring, I shave all the time. I shave. But right now, nah, I don't feel like shaving. Too cold out, so I'm gonna let it grow in. Believe it or not, this is only like a day or two's growth, man. So, and no, Quarter, you don't have strike three yet. You got two, not three. Listen, won't you guys talk amongst yourselves? I have to run and use the bathroom. I'll be back as soon as I can. I'm charging my phone because I'm at 22%. So, all right, you're gonna see my ceiling for a little bit. I'm back. No, I don't do crack. No, there's no plug here. I don't plug anything. I just state what's up, state what's going on. See, I don't smoke crack. I tried base back in the 80s, which is the predecessor to crack, and I tried it twice. I didn't like the way it made me feel, so I didn't fuck with it. I did a lot of other drugs, a lot of other drugs. I mean, a lot. I did drugs before they had a fucking name, like fucking ice and fucking and other shit, man. I did fucking speed back when it was known as speed. I did black beauties, yellow jackets, fucking coke, crank, fucking heroin. You name it, I was fucking doing that shit when I was a kid. Yeah, I did it quite a lot. But I haven't fucked around with hard drugs since late 80s, early 90s, man. I really haven't fucked with it because I got clean. I went in the military. What happened with me was I got in trouble. I got locked up. Then I went in the military. I was already set to go in the military anyway, but yeah, I fucking went in the military, did my thing, came home. But I decided a long time ago when I started going through the withdrawals of heroin and coke that and the withdrawals of acid and other shit that you know what? It was fucking enough was enough. I was done. I was tired of that lifestyle. That if I wanted a family, I couldn't be doing it. No, I'm not that fucking old. Jesus Christ. I was never in Korea. Goddamn, son, how old do you think I am? I'm only 50. I'll be 50 fucking one in July of this year. And I honestly didn't expect to live this long. My fucking motto in life used to be live fast, live hard, die young, leave a beautiful fucking corpse. I never thought I'd live to 30, let alone fucking 50. Holy shit. The fucking shit that you see when you live past your fucking age you figured. I mean, I literally figured I'd die at 28. If I was lucky, I'd die at 28. But here I am, 50 years old. Damn. Well, Quody, I'm not ugly. At least I don't think I am. If you're going to state something that's a fact, then you need to say, how the fuck did you get that fucking ugly? Because that's what I am. I know I'm fucking ugly. I'm ugly, and I know it. And the way I got this ugly is a lot of fighting, a lot of drugs, and a lot of rough living. But you know something? And I tell you this to the day I die, for the way I've lived, I look pretty fucking good at my age. Carrying a fucking bit of a spare tire, but I look good. I know I'm ugly, and I know I can break cameras. I'm surprised this camera ain't broke yet. But you know what? I think I still look pretty fucking good for a ugly person. So Butler, Quody, how the hell are you? You doing good? How's life treating you? Doing good? Nope. I hit every fucking one, bounced off the ground, and broke the other ones off the other side. There wasn't even a damn ugly tree left when I got done bouncing and hitting it. I bounced at a weird angle and took the whole fucking tree out. See, I could joke around and I could break balls too. Well, that's good. See, we gotta have fucking times in life where someone asks us how the fuck we're doing and means it, and then answer honestly. If I'm good, I'm bad, there's shit going on, but I'll survive, whatever. That's how I look at life. You have good days, you have bad days, and you have fuck you days. Some days are better than others, and the fuck you days is when you just want everyone to leave you the fuck alone. And I have those quite a bit. If I had a vehicle, I'd very much like to just live up in the woods somewhere and come down once a month for fucking supplies and fuck the world the rest of the time. Just live up there by myself and be happy. Maybe with the family if God sees fit to bless me with one. Because yes, I do believe in God. You can't be through what I've been through and not believe in God. I've OD'd more than once, been declared dead to the point where I was on the fucking autopsy table and woke up twice, died 10 times overseas. I know that God exists. I know He's got a fucking purpose for me. I'll just be damned if I know what it is yet. So that's where I sit with that. Do I go to church? Not as often as I probably should, but I watch church online. And when I do go to church, I go to Calgary Assembly of God Church here in Copelskill, New York. I usually walk because I don't have a vehicle, so I usually walk there. And while I'm walking, I end up getting a ride from a church member, and they get me there. But usually, it'll take about an hour or so to get there by walking. Damn, that was a good monster. Now for a little Red Bull. This one here is peach. Yes, I drink a lot of energy drinks. Always drinking my energy drinks. Gots to. I have ADD and ADHD, so the energy drink has the opposite effect on me that it has on most people. Most people, it wires them and makes them anxious. Me, it helps me to focus, stay on track, so I don't get distracted by butterflies. You know what I mean by that is all the thoughts that I have racing around in my head won't distract me. It'll help me to stay focused. That's good, Peach. Damn, that is pretty fucking good. Holy shit, they must have changed the recipe. Because that's probably the best can of peach Red Bull I've ever had. That's pretty fucking tasty. I wonder what this one's going to taste like. This is the watermelon one. I do like the watermelon one. Normally it's pretty tasty, but we'll see later. And then for tomorrow morning, got a couple of cans of this. This and mocha and Irish cream are probably the best coffees in the world that come cold. I'm not a cold coffee person, but I like them. And then for later, I got the big can of Monster. You know, Monster and Red Bull, they don't sponsor my shit, but if they did, I'd be cool with that. Well, I don't work due to a disability. It's a mental disability. I got PTSD, and according to a bunch of shrinks, I got a borderline personality disorder with sociopathic and homicidal tendencies. Basically, what that means is that mentally I'm pretty fucked up. And I got issues physically as well. I got bad back. I got shrapnel on my knees, my shoulders. I need to go and see the doc again because they surgically repaired one shoulder and it's gotten fucked up again. So I need to go see a doc about that and get both my shoulders worked on. But I won't because I'm stubborn and well, I'll just deal with it as I can. Oh, I still go out. I was out yesterday with Scott. Me and Scott were out yesterday. We stopped at Pizza Shack here in Copelskill, Skeezer, and we got some subs, and we just chilled. And right now, I'm not going out a lot because it's fucking cold outside, and my body does not like the cold anymore. It hurts more. So if you see me out and about during the wintertime, I'm usually going grocery shopping or to get something to drink or cigarettes, and then I'm back to fuck home. So that's why you haven't seen me out much. Skeesa? I think that's how you say it. Skeesa? It's because of that. It's, well, when you get older and you put your body through the ringer, it hurts in the cold. So now I just stay at home and try to relax. Try to not be cold. Try not to hurt so much. But I still get out and socialize. You know, just because you don't see me that much doesn't mean I don't get out and socialize. I haven't been making as many videos because I've been doing a lot of research. I have a tendency to research everything until I can get a complete picture of both sides of a story, and then and only then will I do a video on said story. Now, case in point is the whole New Orleans, or if you're from New Louisiana, the way you would say it is New Orleans, and the Las Vegas attacks, both of which I don't know if I would classify them as terrorist attacks or not yet. I'm still working on that story. But I would say that the timing of them is suspect. Both of them, the timing is suspect. They happened at the exact same time. Yeah, it's shrapnel. From which place, Richard Butler? And why do I know that name? Do I know you? Sounds like that name seems like I might have went to school with you, Richard. Or at least rode the same bus as you. What school did you go to? Because I'm thinking I might know you. I think we might have went to school together. Back when I was skinny. Back when I weighed 142 pounds and played for Cobleskill. And that's football. Or back when I lived in Summit and Richmondville School saw fit to send me to Middleburg. Or back when I lived in Richmondville, was out of school, out of military, and one of the first places I lived was in Richmondville, over by the cemetery. And shit, I've lived in a lot of places. Between Texas and New York and Cali, I've lived in a lot of places. Yeah, I lived in California for a little bit and I wouldn't go back. Weather's nice. Some of the people are nice. But fucking taxes and the fucking craziness there is off the charts. And I mean off the damn chart. So as for where I got my shrapnel, you got to be more specific. I got shrapnel on my knees, my shoulders, my back. Got a plate in my chest. You got to be more specific. I lived in Vegas for a little bit. That was a nice town, but man, I couldn't live back there. I did a lot of gambling, and I know me. If I get back into Vegas, I'm gonna be one of those dudes that's pretty much living at the casinos, and I just don't want that life anymore. You know, I'm looking for a good woman to settle down with, and you know, if she got kids, so be it. We'll raise a family together. And if she don't, if she wants them, maybe we can have them. It's all up to God. What do you mean? I got out of school and I went in the military, and then I came home after being honorably discharged, and I came back here to Scary County for a little bit, and then I left again for a good number of years, and then I came back. When I came back, the majority of my family was still up here in New York. So I moved up here. I was only up here 4 months, and my family decided they wanted to move to Texas. So they moved down to Texas where my mom, my stepdad, and my little sister still lives. One of my little brothers lives here in Cobleskill. My other little brother, last I knew, was living out towards Billings, Montana. So it is what it is. You know, families move away and people change and people grow, hopefully, and life goes on. I mean, shit. The only thing that's undefeated in any arena is time, death, and change. They're like the three undefeated heavyweight champs of any division you want to give, any style of fighting you want. They're undefeated. Time beats us all. Taxes beats us all. And death beats us all because we all going to die at some point. So, and to be honest, I didn't graduate school. I got kicked out of Cobleskill a month before graduation due to fighting. So I got my GED, and then I went in the military. Yes, I got my GED though, so at least I have a diploma of some sort. But yeah, I got in trouble because, well, they deemed me, Cobleskill School deemed me too violent and too much of a threat to the other students. And looking back, I can see why they deemed me that. I mean, I put a couple of kids in the hospital, but to be fair, I was protecting a couple of girls. So, I even had the girls' parents go to the school board and tell them we don't need less of kids like him. We need more kids like him because without him, our girls would be dead. But it is what it is. They made their decision, and I lived with it, and I own my part in it because I definitely played a part in it. I could have just disarmed the people and let it go at that. Instead, I went overboard and beat the holy hell out of them. So, and part of that was because I was a very angry child, a very angry teenager and child because of what I'd been through at such a young age and everything. I've literally been through the ringer. I've been beat, sex trafficked, hurt. People tried to kill me. I'm still standing. I know that God's got a reason. I just got no fucking clue what it is yet. But yeah, I've been through the ringer and I'm still standing. So, and the fact that I'm not completely screwed up to where I hurt people for no reason, it is that's a good thing. The fact that I've learned my limitations now is that I've gotten older and everything is a good thing. It shows that I've grown as a person. I'm not just that violent, miserable SOB of a person I used to be. To be honest, when I was a kid, I got treated like shit at home, got beat on. So I figured that I was a worthless piece of shit. And I was hurt emotionally, mentally, physically. And I wanted other people to feel that fucking pain. And I helped them to kind of understand it a little bit by fighting. Plus, I was short, skinny, and had a bullet shaped head. Literally, I looked like I could have dressed up as Flat Top from Dick Tracy. I had a flat top head. So I figured if I knocked a few people on their asses and kept them on their backs, that I would look taller, look meaner, and everything. And all I did was cause myself in the long run a lot more harm than I ever could have done to them. Because looking back on it now, some of them guys didn't deserve what I gave them. And I would, if I could see him today, chances are I'd apologize to him. You see, I was never the bully in school. I was always the guy that would stand up, put my hands up to protect someone in school. My damn hair does not want to stay fucking good today. Damn it. I was always the guy that tried to help people out. Well, my right leg, I took a round that nicked my kneecap and came back out. Problem is, when it came back out, it didn't just come out whole. When it hit my kneecap, it decided it wanted to like a fragment, and it went all over. Hey, Kim, I'm doing very well, Kim, and I hope you are doing awesome. I'm glad you could make it, even if it's for a little bit. I was going to text you after this live and see how you were doing. So that's awesome. That is really awesome to see you on my live. I haven't seen you in a little bit, and I'm very, very glad that you're on my live, even if it's for a little bit. So be safe out there with whatever you're doing. God safe and be safe. And well, I'm sure that you guys have gotten the cold weather, and it's probably colder there than here. So watch for black ice and everything. We don't need you getting hurt. So, but yeah, I've been doing a lot of research on different topics, and I'm still going to be doing research on a bunch of different topics. So it is what it is. Right back at you, Kim. Very much hugs and prayers for your travels of safety and everything, and for your family as well, 'cause I know they travel too. Very much so. So, man, this is God. This is this is God's timing. Because I was literally when walking up from mobile, I was thinking, I think I need to text Kim and see how she's doing. And then when I got home, he was like, "No, do a live and then text her." This is definitely God's appointment for everybody. Because Sundays I don't usually do a video. I like to take Sunday and just relax for myself, but something told me make a video today, and I listened, and I'm very glad I did. So it's awesome that everybody's in here. And I'm trying to actually have a good, light-hearted life because this week has been a week from hell. I mean, a little week from hell. It's been busy. It's been stressful. It's been driving me out of my mind hard. I'm glad that I got a good head on my shoulders and I can take stress, but man, has it been stressful. My buddy Scott isn't out as much because he's watching his oldest son, Jake's dog, who's a purebred chow named Nico. Sweetest dog you'll ever meet. Next time they're over, I'll do a video of Nico. He's a sweet dog. I mean, I've literally, just to try to get him to play with me, tried to rile him up, and he just will take it. He's very good. Of course, he's been around toddlers pretty much his whole life, so he's used to people pulling on him and pulling his tail and everything, but he's still a sweet dog, just as sweet as you can be, dog. When you walk him, he wants to try to pull you everywhere he wants to go, and that's the issue my buddy Scott has is Scott's not as heavy as me, so that dog will try to pull him everywhere, everything, but Dog tries to pull me when I walk him. Problem is though, is when he tries to pull me, I plant my feet and I don't move for a little bit. I make the dog sit by me. I literally will make that dog wait, and I'll call him and tell him to sit right by me, and I won't move until the dog understands he's got to not pull me. So, but yeah, this has been a stressful week. Next couple of weeks are going to be the same. So my videos may not be up to where I want them to be, but I'm still going to be making videos, shorts, all that. So that's life. And in between my videos, I do play my Xbox One. I've got a bunch of games. And, well, I watch TV via streaming services because I won't pay for cable. So, but yeah, I'm glad everyone's doing good. It does my heart good to see that everyone's doing good and somewhat happy. At least somewhat happy. I mean, one piece of advice that I'll give to kids or anyone younger than me is that if you want to truly be happy, and I don't mean just superficially, ha ha, happy, I mean happy deep down in your core, and want to be able to deal with a lot of stress, it's real simple. Don't look for anyone or anything to make you happy. You have to be happy with yourself. And that's a lot of years of trying to make myself happy through possessions, through people, through whatever. And well, it made me happy for a little bit. The end result was not true happiness. It was a superficial, what I call superficial happiness. Now, I can laugh at myself. I'll be sitting by myself doing nothing, just meditating, and all of a sudden I'll start cracking up at something I did when I was a kid that was foolish as hell, but fun and funny looking back on it. Like making a bobsled run when I lived in Carlisle. I made a bobsled run for my two little brothers and had to dismantle it a couple of weeks later because one of the friends got hurt. But in between, my stepfather, he got pretty drunk and decided he was going to go down it and missed the first turn. He didn't turn it right. And the sled went one way and he went all the way down the bobsled run I made and slammed into a big pile of snow at the end that I'd put there. And it was funny to see his legs kicking out. He's 5'7", almost 5'8", and his legs were just sticking out kicking. I mean, that's funny. That was funny. And even now, looking back on it, I'm like, damn, that was funny. Doing stupid shit like that, taking and deciding that I want to see how far I could jump an old school 10-speed bike. So I built up a ramp and I went off of it. The first time I didn't have it dialed in, so I went to go off of it, and the wood and cinder blocks that I used kicked out from underneath it, and the board went down, and I went ass over tea kettle on that bike for probably 10 feet. It was funny because I was going downhill to get the max speed, and it was funny as hell. Looking back on it, I wasn't so, when it happened, I wasn't laughing so much because that shit hurt. But looking back on it now, damn, that was funny. They say that, there's an old saying that God watches out for kids, fools, drunks, and third basemen, which I don't know why the third baseman part's in it, but yeah, God watches out for kids, fools, and drunks because I've done a lot of shit when I was drunk and high that there's no way I should have lived through it. Somehow I did, though. Looking back on it now, knowing what I know, yeah, it was God watching my ass because there's no other way I should have lived. None. All the ODing I did, I shouldn't be here, but I am here. And I know that God's got a plan for me. I just don't know what the fuck it is. I made a decision after I stopped doing the whole military lifestyle, and that was that I'd make it my mission in life to help as many people as I could, kids, women, friends, and I've tried. And I like to think I've helped quite a few people in life. Whether it's just by doing a random act of kindness, like paying for their groceries when I had the money, or, being willing to put myself in harm's way to help protect them, or whatever. I mean, helping them move. I've done all that, Don't ask any kind of money for it. I just do it. Helping people fix their computers, whatever. And I do it because you know what? It makes me feel good to help someone. And I had promised myself and my grandmother when she was still alive, God rest her soul, that if I could help people, I would. And I wouldn't charge them for it. I would just, out of the kindness of my heart, help them. And so be it. I've been doing that. And even online, I've done that. Now, I have later found out that I was in the wrong on a few things, and I have publicly apologized to the people because, well, I thought I was sticking up for someone who was honest and everything, and it turned out I was sticking up for the wrong person. And when that came to light, I screwed up here, fellas. This person here that I've been sticking up for and been going against people with, I shouldn't have done, and I apologize. And I've mentioned who it was and the people I was going against and all that. But it is what it is. So I try to help as many people out as I can. And I don't give advice too often to people because, well, I found when you give advice to people, whether they ask for it or not, most of them aren't going to listen. So they need to learn by themselves the hard way to remember it. So you can tell someone, don't touch the stove because it's hot. Don't touch the fire because it's hot. It will burn you. They're not going to understand until they touch the stove or the fire and realize for themselves, hey, that's hot, that hurts. So I'm not going to do that again. Some people just have to learn what I call through the school of hard knocks. Am I one of those people? Oh yeah, I was very much one of those people. But don't hit the tree, don't knock down trees that are still standing but dead with your shoulders. That'll hurt you later on. I kept doing it. I kept doing it. I kept doing it. And then my left shoulder started bothering me about 8 years ago now. Had to go in for surgery on it because there was so much calcium deposits from it being dislocated and relocated that it built up over time and was causing me an issue. So I went in and they cleaned the calcium off my shoulder and put everything back together again, and that was good. But now it's bothering me again. And it's not because of the cold, it's because I had a dog yank the hell out of my shoulder one day Dog was being good, and then it seen a squirrel went to take off, and I was holding the leash, and I didn't move, so my shoulder got yanked really good, and I think it got dislocated a little bit, and I just been dealing with it. But yeah, I help people out by letting them stay with me for a few days when it's cold out, and if they stay with me, I got one simple rule: everybody contributes, be it helping me with tobacco so I can have cigarettes, helping me with the food, helping me with the drinks. Everybody contributes and we all live good, and I'll cook and hook it up. If you make a mess, help me clean the place. We're all good. But I've also run into a couple of people that while I was trying to help them, they didn't appreciate it. And one person in particular, she called the cops because I put my foot down. So she called the cops, and the cops ended up telling her that she needed to treat me like I was a guardian angel because I didn't have to let her in my home. And now when I see that person, she still runs her mouth and calls me names and calls me a rapist and all that, and I'm not. Never have been, never will be. In fact, I tend to hurt people who do that. But she's not mentally there. She's got the mindset of an entitled toddler. But I deal with it, and I don't see her too often. And last time I did see her, I ended up calling the cops on her for harassment. You see, I'm not a big fan of the police, but I will, instead of me going to jail, I will call them because I've learned that I don't need to go to jail anymore. I've done enough time. I don't need to keep going to jail, keep getting in trouble to try to prove who I am. So nowadays, I just relax, try to help people as much as I can, and go from there. So that's what I normally do. I don't so much talk to people about God's love for them and everything, but I try to show them God's love by my actions. Yeah, they slept on the bench a couple of times, and there's been a few others, but yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. And I've known the man since he was a child. There's 10 years difference between us. So I've known him a long time. And the chick, well, the only reason I helped her out is because she was, part of the package. But yeah, I think we're talking about the same people, Skeeza. I think we're talking about the same people there. Heavyset dude and a heavyset woman. The woman's name starts with a J. The man's name starts with an M. So, yep, yep, same people we're talking about. I helped them out, and she called the cops on me because I laid down the law. I let her get away with some stuff and got tired of it when she destroyed an air mattress, and that is what she did. She overinflated it, which popped the stitchings on the front and the back of it. And she would lay there and literally piss herself and not do anything. Well, finally, I got tired of smelling her and it, and told her if she couldn't get up and walk the 10 or 12 feet to the bathroom, then what I was going to do is put a bucket get a bucket and put it right next to the bed where all she'd have to do is roll off and piss. But yeah, she didn't like the fact that I laid down the law, so she called the cops, and cops ended up telling her that she was in the wrong, and she tried to fake crocodile tears with them and with me, and it didn't work on either time. I'm immune to the crocodile tears because, well, when you get brought up the way I did by the best manipulator I've ever met, makes it where you're a little immune to manipulation. Actually, I would say a toddler is smarter than her. I would say that a toddler's got more respect and self awareness than she does. And I know it sounds bad, but hey, the truth is what it is, man. And whether people like it or not, that's the truth of it. And I know that they're not staying here. See, she got tired of people telling her what to do at the warming station. And I ran into the man, and it was when I said, "Hey, listen, instead of you being out here freezing your ass all the time, come stay with me. The only rule is everyone contributes." And he said he had to run it by her. And it was all good, so they came and they stayed with me for a little bit. And yeah, yeah, they go to the warming station. When she decided to leave here, actually it wasn't her deciding to leave here. I gave her an option. I gave her two options, option A and option B. Option A was she starts contributing the way that we had agreed to and everything, and show me and the other man, respect, and stop treating him like a damn slave and expecting that we were going to do everything for her, or she could get the fuck out. He could have stayed. She had to go. Well, she decided to go, and he went with her. So it is what it is. And where they go, they went for a little bit to Teen Town, and then when the weather got cold, they went to the warming shelter. So once again, she's at the warming shelter. Yeah, I'm sure you did, Butler. The guy is cool dude. I've known him since he was a kid. Did a lot of drinking with his daddy, knew his mama and everything. But her, that's a whole nother level. I got an older sister that has mental issues. On a good day, maybe a 13-year-old is her mentality. And she's got cerebral palsy to where she's never walked a day in her life. She can't really talk that well. It sounds more like baby talk when she talks. But even she's not like that. Even she knows when she's got to use the bathroom, and she'll let you know so that she can get to the bathroom. But the girl, nope. She'll literally, I've seen her sit on a bench by the little park where you could sit and you used to be able to play chess or whatever. I've seen her sit on that bench and piss herself, literally piss herself. And yeah, it's not a good scene with her. She tries to say that it's because she has diabetes that she pisses herself. And nope, diabetes will not cause you to piss yourself, but it causes you to have to piss a lot and drink a lot, and thus you'll have to piss a lot. But it won't cause you to piss yourself. That's laziness that does that. Pure, unadulterated laziness that has you just piss yourself. And I honestly think she doesn't just piss herself. I'm pretty sure there's been times when she shite herself too. But that's on her. You know, I don't deal with her anymore. When I see the guy, I say hi to him. Hell, I'll go down to Pizza Shack just to stop in and say hi to everybody because, well, I know a lot of them there. So I'll stop in and say, hey, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a little bit. Been busy. And one of the guys there asked me to do a video for him. So I did a video for Pizza Shack, kind of like a commercial type of thing. Yeah, I enjoyed it. But, it is what it is with people. Some people you can be nice and cool to, and other people, well, damned if you can't be nice to them. Why? Because they just too damn stubborn. They just too much of that entitled millennial bullshit mindset. So that's what it is. What it is. That's why in all my videos you hear me at least once say something is what it is. Because I learned a long time ago you can't change people who don't want to be changed. You can't. You can't. I had people try to change me when I was younger and using drugs and drinking and everything. They tried to get me to stop it, and I wasn't ready to. And all their efforts didn't work. All of them. Even someone who passed away, what I call fairly recently. It was like a year or two ago. Willie Newhoff. He owned the Broken Spoke in Richmondville. God, I miss Willie. He was like a father to me. He was my foster father, but he was like a dad to me. In a lot of ways, he was like a father. Not just a father, but a dad. I learned a lot from Willie, and I miss him. I miss him quite a bit. But I learned a lot from him. And learning a lot from him, and trying to do what he taught me, I like to think it keeps his memory alive. So I heard that his daughter's running the Broken Spoke now, and God, I would love to get out there and give them some business and everything because I haven't seen her in a while, and I haven't been there since me and the ex split. I'd love to get out there and shoot some stick and have a couple of drinks and just relax. And if I get a vehicle, that's probably going to be my first stop is Broken Spoke. And even if I don't drink alcohol, have a soda or two, shoot some pool, hang out, relax. Just have a good time because that's what I like to try to do in life is have fun and have a good time, help people. I'm in a situation now where I can't really help as many people as I used to like to help, but at least not financially. But I still have people bring me their computers. Hey, my computer's running slow. Can you look at it? Yeah, let me have your computer. Let me check it out. Okay, this, and this are the issues. All right, it's gonna take me about an hour or two, 30 minutes, maybe a couple of weeks, depending on how bad it is. I'll have to call you back and let you know exactly what I'm getting into here. And if I can't fix it, I know someone who can fix it. And like I said, I help people out. And I don't know if I'm the only one around here who likes to help people out when they can, but I do what I can do to help. Right now, I'm doing trying to do something a little bit selfish for myself, and that is I'm trying to get money for a train ticket and travel and eats and all that to get my white ass down to Texas to see my mom. She's diagnosed with early onset dementia, but from what I've gathered from my little sister, she was diagnosed with that a couple of years ago, and I just found out at Thanksgiving that she was diagnosed with it. So, from what I understand, she remembers me and a bunch of my other family members, but not one of my little brothers. So I really want to get down there to see her before the disease progresses where she doesn't remember me. I, wasn't exactly the most well-behaved kid or the best son growing up, and me and her have some issues, partly because of me, partly because of her, and I don't want her to pass without us, without those issues being resolved. Because I do love my mom more than anything, but it is what it is. That's going to run me a minimum of right around $300 for a round trip ticket on the train or the bus. And the train will get me there a day, like almost a day sooner than the bus will. So, it'll get me to Temple. The train to get me to Temple. The bus to get me to Waco. And Waco is only 30 minutes, 30 miles away from Temple. But if I got to walk it, 30 minutes is a hell of a long, 30 miles is a hell of a long time to walk. But I would do it. If it meant being able to see my mom again, I would do it. Just walking up here, from up here to down there in the cold, that I can't do. My body wouldn't allow it anymore. Hell, if I had a bicycle, I'd throw my rucksack on and go down that way on a bicycle. But it is what it is. I know that it takes, if I had a vehicle, I could get down there in about a day and a half. If I had someone to share the drive-in with, I could get down there in a day. I've done it. One day. It's a lot of driving, but if you split the driving up, you can do it, especially with the way I drive, which is 5 to 10 miles over the speed limit. I push the police's grace to the max. It is what it is. I like to drive beyond the limit. Not as bad as I used to be about it, but I still like to drive fast. I still have a bit of a lead foot, and well, around here in New York, I know all the back roads to go from one side of the state to the other. Hell, I could even get my ass down to White Plains without hitting a single main highway. But yeah, so that's why I throw up my Cash App. It's because I'm actually trying to get the money together to go see my mom. It is what it is. And Butler, I'm sure you know the people I was talking about. Like I said, the man, he's a good dude. I used to drink his beer, but he's a good dude, and he won't drink when he's got to work. He won't drink, and then after work, he'll go to wherever he's at and have a couple. And right now he's at the woman shelter, so he can't have a drink. But what he does do is, I'm sure when he's on his way there, he has a couple. On his days off, he walks around and has a couple. Which is nothing wrong with that. Not a damn thing wrong with that. Even I still have a couple. But Yeah, it is what it is. But holy shit, I've been on here over an hour now. You guys are probably tired of listening to me and seeing my face. So I'm going to end this live and tell everyone to be safe, stay warm. If you're driving, watch out for black ice because this is the kind of weather that will make it quick, fast, and in a hurry. You know, drive a little extra cautiously and, you know, put a little extra space between you and the vehicle in front of you so that you can get where you're going safely and be safe. If you have little ones, hug them a little closer, hug them a little tighter, and take good care of them. And until next time, remember, always use your mind. It's the one weapon no Democrat, Republican, or anyone can take away from you. It's a weapon when used properly. Your mind is a weapon that cannot be taken away via you're making something, you're being creative, or just thinking of things and looking at them in an analytical way. Your mind is your best weapon that you have, and it's also a muscle. The more you work it out, the better it gets. So I'll see everyone. Kim, very much thank you, and I'm not going out anymore tonight. So everyone be safe, stay warm, and God bless.